Hello and welcome to Hearthis Gaming. Today we're in Life's Feudal and I'm going to show you how to do Herbalism. It's actually pretty easy, pretty simple. So let's go ahead and get started. What you're going to need is a scythe of some kind. It could be a metal scythe or a primitive scythe, doesn't matter. Also, a mortar and pestle. This is actually made from just stone that you can collect almost anywhere. First thing you're going to want to do is equip that scythe. Next, find an open area like the one here. It's actually really easy during the snowy seasons, but you can do it any season at all. Right click, and you want to come down to Nature's Lore and search for herbs. Your character is actually searching the entire area for herbs, and they will appear as soon as you're finished. There we go. You'll notice these little plants, little bushes and saplings kind of appeared out of the ground. These are all different herbs. The actual image you see does not determine the herb you're going to get. It's kind of almost random chance for each one. The ones that are closest to where you search tend to be higher quality, especially at later skill levels. So the next step then is to approach one of these plants. I actually recommend aiming more for the stem, or if nothing else, the giant leaves on these more lush plants. The ones that are kind of like a gathering of twigs or grass, aim for the base. But you're going to right click, choose Gather Herbs. This is where the scythe comes into play. Alright, so we got one thing so far. Let's have a look-see. We got Ripiot Kwamzi. I might butcher some of the names. If so, just ignore it. Let's go gather some more. Now I have Halatra Kroni. Now there's some things I want to point out just from the icons themselves. You'll notice that there is 3 different things near the bottom. It says unknown effect. As you determine what that type of herb is used for, that will be revealed. You know, if it's used to heal, to harm. See, a good example is the Ripiot. It says raises intellect. If it's combined with another herb that raises intellect, it'll create an intelligence preparation. Alright, to determine if it can do anything though, you start by opening your mortar and pestle. Drag each item, combinations of 2 at a time, and hit craft. If you hear that sound and nothing's produced, that means that those herbs when combined have no effect. They don't become anything. So you have to go gather some more. Alright, so we have another herb here. Asari Tolj. So you'll drag and drop them into your ingredients, just like you did before. And in this case, I've already determined that both of these will raise intellect. So when combined, it'll tell you what the result's going to be. Since you more than likely do not know, you'll just have to combine randomly, and then it will reveal the effect. In this case, we're going to combine them and create a intellect preparation. Swift Mind. Now this is what you consider a positive preparation. There's positive and there's negative. Negatives tend to be more poisons and debuffs. Positives tend to be more buffs, heals, and restoration. That'll be important whenever you go to make a monument, because you'll have to use positive preparations rather than negative. So you'll repeat the process now, trying to determine as many different herb combinations as possible. You definitely want to keep track of the herbs that create naphtha and flux. Both of those are very important when it comes to later in-game preparations and potions. Another one to keep an eye out for is refreshing preparations. These will help you out a lot with restoring your hard stamina. See, there is upwards of 60 different herbs out there, so as you discover them all and learn all that they can combine into, you'll be set. Keep in mind, though, that every server you go to, it's going to be randomized. So a combination on one server, when applied to another server, will not have the same effect. And same thing with other people. Your best friend may not have the same combinations that you do. So it kind of works in your favor. You can actually take the preps or herbs that you can't use or have no desire to have at all, and sell them to someone else who can turn them into something more valuable or more useful, like flux or naphtha. Alright? Well, that's all when it comes to herbalism. I appreciate you guys listening in, and I hope to see you guys more later.